Okay, this man, this man is the truth. He's so amazing, he's so world class that he's making overtakes even after the race. Like he went from P4 to back to P3. Like Alonso is next level at Aston Martin. Vettel fans, eat your heart out. This is what Vettel sacrificed for family. I hope he's enjoying his family. If you not know, I'm not that big of a fan of the Vettel that left F1. I like the Vettel that wanted to win and didn't lose a spirit for F1. So what I was saying was that Alonso deserved it. He had a great race. I agree with Alonso that if he knew that he had a penalty, he would have had a better race and like he would have pushed to a 10-second gap so that like Russell didn't have any chance. But it was FIA's fault; they didn't inform him in time. So that's why I think he deserved it well. I was kind of sad because I'm obviously a George Russell fan. So if George Russell would have gotten it, it would have been amazing. Maybe George Russell should have given the place to Hamilton, but I will say this to all LH fans, all LH team and the LH people out there. If he's such a great driver, why didn't he overtake Russell? Russell got the call. They said you're slower than Hamilton. Give him pace swap. Russell was like, nah. He pressed the pedal, and after that moment, Hamilton didn't gain anything on Russell. He started losing time. He didn't have the pace. So Hamilton fans crying and like saying, "Oh, Hamilton deserved it," and that Hamilton didn't get the place. It's wrong. If Hamilton is that great of a driver, he's a seven-time world champion. He should have overtaken Russell on pace, not by begging his team. Like it's bad. Like I can't understand LH fans that how can they defend Lewis if he doesn't have the same pace as Russell? I read a comment when it was announced that Russell was P3 that Russell is just a second driver. Why did he not give him space? Blah 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 blah. Thing is, Lewis Hamilton lost by 35 points to a second driver last year. Like if you're losing to a second driver, how can you expect like him to give space? Russell is a better driver right now. Hamilton isn't performing to his limits. Obviously, give him a good car, maybe he'll perform better. But right now, he isn't doing what he's supposed to. Beating Russell in every race, that's what he's supposed to do. Because he's seven-time world champion. If he's not doing that, you can't like Russell isn't a second driver. Because if Toto Wolff wanted a second driver, he would have never picked Russell. When Russell was at Williams and Bottas was at Mercedes, he crashed into Bottas but didn't give him space. So Toto Wolff, he knew that Russell wouldn't be a second driver and he wouldn't let Lewis pass, but he still hired them. So if he's there for a job, why would he let Lewis through? Lewis is a good enough driver to overtake him. So I think I defend Russell that I think he was the better driver, so he didn't let Lewis through. I don't think Lewis could have caught up to Alonso, and his tire deck would have cost Russell more time, and maybe he wouldn't even have a chance for P3. So that's it, and I like to shout out two three more drivers. Piastri beating Lando was amazing in qualifying and in the race. Maybe he could have done a little better and not had the damage. Maybe his race would have been a lot better. Williams, Logan Sargent, he's been amazing. He obviously he's a rookie, so he can't be that amazing, but he's still great. And Max Verstappen, the pace Max Verstappen, like he was next level. He went from 50 to second, like what a race for him. And lastly, Perez. Perez could have been leading the championship if he would have gotten the fastest lap. But street circuit Perez is next level. The pace that he has on streets is like amazing. So I hope Perez maintains his pace and he challenges. I know that he can't challenge him at all tracks. Verstappen is next level, but I hope it's a little bit competitive. So let's see. So obviously Red Bull are first, and then Mercedes and Aston Martin on equal points. Thing is that Ferrari are so horrible. Like, how can you go from like being the best team 1 year ago and like having reliability problems this year being the fourth best team? You're basically replacing Alpine. So like it's disgusting how bad they're performing, and it's mismanagement, it's everything. The difference between Red Bull and Ferrari is that Red Bull has politics. Ferrari has politics. Red Bull doesn't have politics. When Horner and Mark Helmut Marko want something, they do it. In Ferrari, there is so much politics. Like that's the main problem. If you make it easier and do not make it corporate, it's a racing team. It's not a corporate team. So if Ferrari needs to improve that. It's kind of disgusting how bad they're performing, and I hope they perform a little bit better. So lastly, I wanted to like show you some Instagram comments where I found. Okay, sorry, there's a cut because I forgot to add the audio, or the audio was not working. That's why I have to shoot this again. So, okay, let's go and see the comments. My clothes are different because it's another day. So, okay, this is the first one. Like, add a grade. Okay, wait, I'll show you this piece. Races, Bahrain, let's go. No, China, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia. This is the guy who will get you a true podium. 6 seconds behind, 5 seconds behind George, and he's going to get you a podium. Okay, whatever. So had George Russell followed the model like everyone supposed to, LH would have gotten a true podium. This is the true podium, being 5 seconds behind George Russell. That's a true podium. Just saying, not a team player. If Lewis was in his position, he would not have given him space, even if he was 1 second faster. This is right because he could have secured fourth. But I think they would have told him, but I think they would have told him, but we didn't hear it on the broadcast. I just realized I'm a Lewis fan, not a Mercedes fan. There, I said it. I hope Lewis. Like, what do you mean? Move on to a better team. It's a team that has won him 6 world championships. Who is he going to move on to? Red Bull, and then he's going to be Verstappen's bitch, or is he going to Ferrari, where he's going to get pit for Inter in a dry race? Huh, like he's at the best team that he's talented enough for. He can't go to Ferrari or Red Bull and do anything. He won't live the Perez role or be a second driver. So like LH team as usual delusional. Okay. Congrats to the team for the development. George on his third podium, but let's take a review what happened in the race. Lewis was put on mediums during safety car to get a faster pace than previously. Or blah 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 blah. Now I am a hit fan. I am a hit fan. Okay, he can't push. He can't push and end up 5 seconds behind George. That's the truth. If he would have given, even if he would have given space later in the race, he would have lost time because he would have to overtake Hamilton again, and Hamilton wouldn't give him space. So okay, one more thing. George was a gentleman. He said that. Uh, he deserved space. That's why obviously he had to get back, and that was great that he said it so that it doesn't seem as bad. Okay, here let's go. They can they can overturn 2021 then. So they reinstate P3 to P4, but not P2 to P1. Abu Dhabi. Like how dumb can you be? Like how dumb can you be? That happened 2 years ago, and you're still stuck on it. If Lewis was such a great driver, he would have defended Verstappen and he would have won. 1 lap to defend, I could have done it. Just park the car middle of the road. Like, how can you be so dumb thinking that he can? he 2021 was anyone else's fault. He's a 7-time world champion. Learn to defend. But you just have one lap to defend. You can do it. It isn't you aren't some second class driver that you can't defend. Something bad happened to you. It isn't Verstappen's fault. Just deal with it. Next year he should have defeated George Russell if he's that great of a driver. The facts are the facts. Verstappen, Hamilton fans can try all day, but the fact is that Lewis lost to George, Lewis lost to Rosberg, Lewis lost to Button. Any decent teammate except Fernando, he loses to them. So if he's that great, win. Team LH can't bitch about everything and then Lewis every time letting that down. Just saying. This is one man's opinion. Obviously, my opinion. LH fans, this is the only good thing about this season is rocket powered Mohawk. He always spits the truth. He's the only good part of this whole season. Like everything is boring. He's the only good part. So and he's also like me an LH fan hater. So let's see. Okay. So that's the F1 part concluded. Moving on to football. Okay, let's talk about football. We'll talk about what happened on Wednesday. On Wednesday, Real Madrid defeated Liverpool. The, I had a little bit of hope. It hurt a little bit, but I expected that result. So it's okay. And Man City absolutely obliterated Red Bull. Like the way Haaland is playing, he's next level alien behavior. Obviously I don't rate him, not obviously, I mean I don't rate him that highly because like even though he's a great he's a great striker, he does everything perfectly what he's supposed to do. I don't like that kind of player. I like a player with a little bit more flair. He makes Ronaldo look like a player with flair, and that's good. By the way, Ronaldo scored a good free kick, obviously in the Saudi league, but it's a diamond league. He's going for retirement, so it was a great, great shot. It went to the wall. He again tried to hit the wall but missed. So that's another thing. And the Champions League draw happened. So Champions League draw happened, and the teams were decided. So Real Madrid will play Chelsea. Bayern will play Man City. Who else does it? I'm just checking. Okay, so Real Madrid will play Chelsea, Benfica will play Inter Milan, Man City will play Bayern, an amazing match. Last time Pep faced Bayern, he won the Champions League. Milan will face Napoli. I think so. It's kind of very unbalanced because Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man City, Bayern on one side, and Benfica, Inter Milan, and Napoli on the other side. So let's see what happens. I believe that Real Madrid will win on Chelsea, most likely. Man City will win on Bayern. Inter will win on Benfica will win on Inter, and Napoli will win on Milan. We can go to the that's it. I'm going to predict the rest later. So I think that's it. Yeah, the El Clasico happened, and a last minute goal from Frank Kessie won the game. I didn't watch the game because it wasn't that interesting, and I was watching the race. So, but still, great match. I hope Barcelona win. By the way, if you don't know, I'm buying tickets for the whole Liverpool team and sending them to Barcelona to learn how to defeat Real Madrid. Javi has Real Madrid's number, and I'm sending Liverpool right now. They're going to learn from Javi to how to defeat Real. So let's see what happens. I hope it's my hope, but I hope that Chelsea wins, but Real Madrid are just better. So let's see. So that's it for football. I hope I didn't miss anything. Let's get on to something more important and like something that even though I didn't like the result for PSL or cricket, let's move on to cricket. I'll talk about it. Yes, yes. Kind of sad that Lahore won. I was supporting Multan. Like first, I'll start with the playoff. First playoff. Multan absolutely obliterated, executed Lahore. The way they played, it was amazing. The bowling, the batting, like everything was perfect. And Multan went to the final. Then it was Peshawar with Islamabad. I thought Islamabad would win easily, but Peshawar made a comeback. Babar Azam, everyone played great, and then Peshawar went to the second eliminator with Lahore and Lahore and Peshawar. In that match, it was done. I thought that Peshawar had won most likely, but then they made a comeback. Amazing inning from Sikandar Raza and stuff. They saved it. Wait, let me check the exact score because I watched all those games because eliminated. I have the time to watch that. So okay, there was something bad about the eliminator between Peshawar and Lahore. Haris deserved the man of the match. Okay, I'll tell you the stats. Haris had 85 runs in 54 balls with a run rate of 157.41. And what is his name? Mir Mirza Tahir Beg. He had 54 runs in 128.57. He had less runs in less run rate. Harris had more runs in more run rate. Harris deserved it all the time. He made a carrying inning, so that's why I think he deserved it. Sikandar Raza also played great. Everyone did amazing. So that's great. I think it was at the end. Okay, at the end, how many runs did they need? They got bowled. Yeah, so Shaheen Afridi carried them and then made a six and won the game. So, and the final. The final was at one moment Multan was winning, at one moment Lohar was winning. The thing about Shaheen is that first Lohar batted. At first, Lahore had a great run rate. Then Ehsanullah controlled them with great bowling. Ehsanullah and Osama Mir. And then later in the stage, they got smashed because Ehsanullah lost his line and got nervous. That's why they lost and had a run rate of 200 to chase. Not very hard, but it was achievable. Amazing start from Lahore, Multan. Rizwan and Usman, I don't know, Osama and Russo all played great. Main difference. Main difference was Rashid. Rashid's two main wickets of Russo and really Russo and Rizwan made the difference because without those two wickets, it would have been 15 overs and the match would have been over. So, and this guy, legend, the way he batted reminded me of his father-in-law, Shahid Afridi. Like the way he batted, he's like next level, both batting and bowling, world class. And it was amazing. Like Lahore deserved it; they were the better team. Maybe they could have done it. Maybe Pollard could have did a little bit better, but it was one run. Anything could have happened. So that's it. And the funny thing is that Rizwan has lost four finals in the row. He has lost the PSL 7 final, Asia Cup final, World Cup final, PSL 8 final. Like, and another fact, Lahore won the first game against Multan by 1 run and won the last game by 1 run against Multan. So history does repeat itself. And one more amazing fact. Multan won best batter, best wicketkeeper, best fielder, best bowler, best upcoming player, best player of the tournament. Only trophies that they did not win was the PSL trophy and the all rounder. So kind of exciting time for Pakistan because right now their team is world class. I right now if everything goes amazing. Uh, Saim Ayub and Rizwan can, Saim Ayub and Rizwan and Babar can start 1-2, and then below them Haris and Rizwan. Then below them they can be like who else? Who's an all rounder? Imad Wasim, Shadab, Shaheen, Nawaz, Maybe not Nawaz because it's Spain in India, so maybe so Shan Imad Wasim, then Shadab, then Shaheen, Haris Rauf, Naseem, and Hasanullah. So bowling killer, batting killer. If Shaheen starts performing in batting too, the only problem with Pakistan is that their batting was bad. But with Saim, Babar, Haris, Rizwan, Imad, Shaheen, Shadab, like except Haris, everyone else would be a world class batter. Not a world class batter, Naseem, but can bat. Naseem can bat, like it would be amazing. But it depends on. I'm talking about T20 squad. I'm not talking about the ODI. ODI, I don't have an idea of the ODI squad, but it's going to be amazing in that sense. That Pakistan will compete better. So, and then moving on to India. India also had two matches. First match, India won ODI. Second match, they got smashed by Australia. So let's see. Rahul cemented his place for the next century. So he won't be out for at least till the day I die. So let's see what happens. It was great watching cricket. For once, it was kind of nice, like those matches, T20, ODI, and T20. So let's see. Okay, so moving on to UFC. Okay, moving on to UFC, I'm going to cut it short. It was a weird fight. I thought Edward won. Some people thought Kamaru won. It depends on first thing is that when you're going to a hometown of the champion, you can't win just on a decision. You need to make a mark. You need to smash them to win. You can't just win so easily. So maybe Kamaru could have won. It depends on what you favor most. That he was. The thing is that Edward was just defending and counter punching. He wasn't attacking. It also depends on if you value ring control because whole like first two rounds, Edward won. Edward also got a. It's Edward, right? Wait, let me check. If it isn't Edward. It will be kind of awkward. But let's see. Yeah, Leon Edward won, and Justin Gaethje won. So let's see what happens. But I think Kamaru should get like fight one or two more times and then get his knee surgery and stuff because his knees are really bad. So that's it, I guess. I hope you had a great time watching it. I still have him in the background. He's such a legend that even in UFC I have him in the background. But world class. It was a great week for sports and stuff. Let's hope we have other weeks like this. So thank you for watching. One last thing. Okay. Okay. So I'm a little bit confused about the format because I'm doing some videos with my friends and I'm doing some videos by myself like I'm roasting. So what I'll do is like make three series. Like I'll do them all in I'll do two per week and like one whenever there's something interesting like with a friend or some topic is there that I come up with to talk about, I can do a third one. So I'll put this as in a that's the thing about names. So I need to divide it. So because there are like five ones, so three one. So Enigma podcast is like me, serious podcast. Not serious in the sense that I'm going to be serious all the time. I'll talk like a normal person, but it's going to be a little bit more based on like anything random I'm talking with my friends or any guests. So that will be Enigma podcast. That this will be Enigma sports coverage or something like that. I'll come up with a name. And the third will be like reactions and stuff. Because I want to talk about stuff, but I don't want to include it with sports. So I'll talk about that. I'll make it Enigma reactions. So that's it. Okay. So thank you for watching and I hope you have a nice day.